I just discovered an absolutely mind-blowing tool that will allow you to create and scale your own book publishing business without having to write a single word. So you can now publish books on Amazon and sell them at scale without having to write lengthy stories. And the way that you'll do this is by creating low content books. So what is a low content book, you might ask? A low content book is something like a journal. Think about manifestation journals or prayer journals, or something like a diary with the dates in it, or a coloring in book. It's basically a book that doesn't have a ton of rich writing in it. It's not something that you will need to use ChatGPT to write a full-length book on. This is rather something that has a simple interior, but you are focusing on giving it a beautiful design, choosing a wonderful theme, and then marketing it really well so that it stands out. A big problem with many of the online tools out there that do this for you is that they don't come with the research component that ensures that what you are making will actually be sellable and be successful when you publish it online. So with this particular tool that I found, they actually combine the research component, so they have a look at the different niches, what people are looking for right now, as well as the keywords you would need to use in order to find success when you publish. And then they complement that with the creation aspect, which is filled with features. It is absolutely packed. So right from the beginning in your research phase to the end when you're publishing, you are geared for absolute success. I have done a ton of research online about the success of this tool, and it all looks amazing. I cannot wait to unpack it with you. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so the tool that I'm talking about is Bookbolt. And as you can see over here, they do say they're the most powerful keyword tool on the market to access real-time Amazon search volume data. So this is the vital component. There are tons of videos out there on YouTube where they show you tools on how to create your own low content books. But what is crucially missing from that is the research component, because what happens is a lot of people, including myself, I've done this in the past as well, is I've created a low content book, tried to sell it online, but you get such low volume that it just doesn't make it worth it. So what Bookbolt does is they arm you with that knowledge so that you can make data-driven decisions and be geared for success right from the get-go. So you will see in the center over here, they allow you to start with your 3-day trial. Over here, you will just need to fill in your details and register for the account, and you will find your page that looks like this. So number one, very important, is the research component. So maybe you already have in mind what type of low content book you would like to create. For instance, a manifestations journal. So over here, you can see you've got 2 sections, research and create. Now, we should always start with the research section, and here I'm going to show you a few of the amazing tools that they have. They also do have a bunch of videos over here which are so useful, and they allow you to see how their various features work. So for instance, you've got a little section on product search over here, and these are all little YouTube videos which they give you so that you can use the system really well. All right, so we click on the products research. This is super important to research first if we have something in mind that we want to do. So let's say you just went in blind and you thinking, I want to create a manifestations journal. So what you would do is type in manifestations here into the search bar. Did I spell that right? Yes. And then category journal. You can also have other ones over here. As you can see, there are comic books, puzzle books, and I'll show you in the creation stage how you can actually create those. It's amazing. But we are going to go to journal and we're going to click on search. What we get over here then is various different types of manifestations journals that are on the market at the moment. So we can see what these are looking like. And then on the right hand side, you can see the keyword count for these types of products. So manifestation gets 431 hits a month, manifest 267, manifesting 217, etc., etc. So here you can already arm yourself with some keyword knowledge, which is super important. Related keywords is 555 Manifestation Journal. That gets a ton over here, but you can see all the related keywords on the right, and then over here, the various different types of journals that are selling at the moment. So over here, you can see this particular one has received 282 sales, and their pricing there is at just under $8 per book. So that is quite a lot. If we just go to 8 times 282, that gives us $2,256. So this person has already made $2,256 just with this book, and it was just by putting it together very quickly. And what we can do is we can see if this author does have other books, and this is where we go onto our seller research, which is also very important. So we can put in a particular seller name and then do a quick search on them, and over here we can see that Ms. has 4 different products that they have been selling. So aside from the Manifestation Journal, they also have a daily self-care and gratitude journal. They've got a reading journal as well as another gratitude journal. And if we look at these top 2, they made 282 sales on this 369 one, as well as 48 sales on this daily self-care, which is selling for just under $12. So again, 48 times $12 equals $576. So they've made almost $3,000 just with these 2 books. And they were published just a few months ago, actually. We're in August now, so March, April, May. Hold on, am I getting my months correct? So January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So in 5 months, they've made $3,000 just with these books publishing. So here we are getting a good idea of the type of money that you can make from this. Again, you're not going to become a multimillionaire with this, but you can make enough money to have either a supplementary passive income or a full-time job from this. So you can imagine there are authors out there. So the last lady that I was looking at was Stephanie Turnage. And just to give you an idea of how much money Stephanie is making from prayer journals, here she has sold 239 books at $7.29. Here she sold 84 at $8.99, etc., etc. So you can see the books that they do really well at, you can then go into them and see what they put in the content, the keywords they're using, and I will get to the keywords and the SEO in a bit because that's super important. So next we can also have a look at Book Scout, and over here you'll be able to put in any ASIN of any book and it'll bring it up for you with all of the details. And this is where we get to one of my favorite features, which is the cloud. Now, this is for if you have very little idea on what to publish, you don't really have anything in mind, you can then find the right category or the type of book to publish using this tool. So you can pick any category over here. Let's just say we are going into coloring book, and you can then search by bestsellers, the top 100, and then you can adjust the BSR range as well as the price range. So let's say you want to price your books at $10. We can then go for a range of between 15 and let's say 8, or let's just say between 8 and 12. Let's just move that up there. Then we get a range there of the top 100 for coloring books, and we hit search. And over here, you can then see the various best-selling coloring books. So, I mean, some of these people are making massive amounts of money. So these 3 over here, you can see they're all selling at around roughly $10, and estimated monthly sales here, 622. So this person over here is making $6,220 per month by selling this book. So let's say you want to sell a coloring book and be as successful as this lady Jade Summer, who seems to be making a killing, because also over here she's got 613 monthly sales at $11.50. So this lady Jade Summer is making a lot of money. Yeah, excellent. So what you can do is have a look at how they title their book. You can have a look at all the various all of the various information, as well as the description that they give. So I think the description is super important because that is what will help you rank when someone searches for a coloring book with beautiful flowers. So, someone that is on Amazon will say, I want a coloring book for my kid, and it's got to be, bears in the forest. And if it's bears in the forest, you can say a bear in the forest coloring book. And this is something that we can search here as well. So let's just say bear in forest and see what comes up. I'm not sure anything will come up, but if there is nothing that comes up, then okay, wait. We do have something that comes up. So these are the coloring books that come in for keywords for bear in forest. And as you can see, none of this really has, okay, there are some bears over there. And then you can see monthly sales, 374 at $11.58. So this is as close as we get, I think, to a bear in the forest as a coloring book. There are a few of like animals in the forest, but nothing really hits a bear in the forest as a coloring book. So there is an amazing idea already. Just sharing that with you. There is a gap in the market there. Having a look at this description, you can see what they're putting here. But obviously, if you have a coloring book with bears in the forest, I think that could do quite well. All right. Now we get down to the keyword section over here. And this is where you can do a little bit more keyword research. And then you also have KDP features over here. So KDP Spy, where you can get some more information on Amazon KDP for your book that you want to publish. And that wraps up pretty much the research phase. So very important is to go in before you create your book, decide really what type of book you want to do. And as you can see, there are several features. You can get anything from a notebook through to a puzzle book and all the way down to a sketchbook. So determine what it is that you want to sell. Have a look at what other people are doing and how much money they are making. Perhaps you want to set yourself a target that you want to make. But remember, it is rare that you're going to make exactly what they are making right on the get-go. You need some time for your book to get out there organically. But I do believe that this research tool really does arm you with a lot of data so that you can make proper data-driven decisions. Once you have researched, and let's say we are going to create a manifestations journal, we then go on to the create section. Now this is very cool because you have your Bookbolt studio over here, and so it will open up its own tab. And now they really make this super easy for you. You can choose the type of your project. So you can say cover and interior, paperback, cover, interior, hardcover. So we are going to go paperback, cover and interior. I think that's the most popular one. We'll then call our project a name. So we can say AI Money Maniac Manifestation Station. All right. I like that, the manifestation station. Trim size, we are going to have it the default. And then interior and paper type, you can say black and white interior with white paper. I'm happy with that. And then you can choose to have a bleed or no bleed. So I leave that at the default as well. And over here, we can now start creating. So the first most important thing is our cover. And what you see over here is you have your front cover on the right-hand side and your back cover on the left-hand side. Now, if any of you have used Canva before, it is very similar to using Canva. You have all of your various elements on the left here that you can put in. So you can put in various shapes. You can have types of text to do your headings. You can insert in images. And usually I would recommend uploading an image, but they can also give you images from Pixabay or Unsplash. So they give you a whole range of beautiful images to use. But I think that it would be even better to use some AI generated images because then you can really get creative. And I'll show you an example of that now, because remember, we need to use AI to assist us in making this flawless. You then get interior libraries. So this is for the interior pages. You can have different types of looks. So for journals, you got your straight lines. You can also have those squares. You can have different puzzles. You can have a whole range of different things over here. These are little puzzles as well if you want to create a puzzle book. They've even got anatomy over here, or trackers. They've got a ton of things that you can insert into your books. So just to show you for your front page and back page look, I would highly suggest using the power of AI for this. So the first thing that we could do is go onto our trusted friend ChatGPT. And here we could say, please give me a beautiful, amazing, awe-inspiring image of manifestation for a journal that I am creating. And let's see what it gives us. And it has just given us this. Guys, I don't know about you, but this looks absolutely awesome to me. This is really cool. All right, so this will be cool for our front cover. So then we will say, please give me another one for the back cover. And then it will give us the back cover. But I think that this one for the front is amazing. All we need to do is click on this over here and save it. So, and then we download it over here. This is amazing. I love it. And then over here we have our back image, which looks quite cute, except the only problem is here at the bottom. This is the small problem with ChatGPT's image generation, is that it makes the writing very funky. So sometimes it misspells, it does some weird things. So I'm going to select the area over here to clear that selection. No, wait, I'm going to select the area to edit, and I'm going to edit the selection. All right, so once we have our images, we can then bring them in to do the front cover and the back cover. So our front cover is over here, the image we generated on ChatGPT. I think this image is absolutely awesome. So we can bring it in over here. Now do keep in mind that you are not forced to create the image on ChatGPT. You can also use it on, you can also use other image generators, sources, or use the images from Bookbolt. They do have a ton of beautiful images as well. And oh, look at this. So then what we do is we will add our text. So we'll add a heading, which is the, let's just say, the manifestation station. That's a really lame name. I wouldn't recommend using this name, actually. I think it wouldn't actually do very well. Yeah, don't use that name. It's a silly name. But yeah, I have now made it white. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. As you can see, it is very similar to using something like Canva. Now we have the back page too. All right, so once you have your front and back page, then we move on to the interior. So for the interior, what we would do is we would go into the interior templates diary over here, and you can choose anything you want. What I would suggest is searching something like manifestation, or let's say a prayer list, which would be quite similar. So you have something like this, a prayer list, and you could select all of your interiors to then apply it there. Then what you can do is edit this interior page as you want. You can rename some things or make it look a bit different. And then what you do is you apply it to all pages over here. And then once this is all done, you can then save your project and download it if you want to. All right, so once everything is done and you have put your book together, we get to the final and critical component, which is the publishing part. So to publish your book on something like Amazon, KDP, I would suggest having a look at learning over here and then going through to KDP publishing. Over here, Bookbolt gives you a whole full comprehensive list on how to publish your book and ensure your success. So you see a whole lot of research topics over here, how to use the Bookbolt lister to list your books. They've got things like the Scout reverse keyword research module. There's a ton of stuff over here. So I highly recommend you go through that before publishing your book so that you will give yourself the biggest chance of success to make as much money as possible. Now, finally, to the pricing of Bookbolt. So you do get a 3-day free trial where you can use the service for free, but ultimately you want to be publishing multiple books using the service so that you can make as much money as possible, right? So over here, we can see the pricing. It starts at $10 basically for the newbie tier, where they give you keyword research, the full designer feature, Amazon search volume feature, KDP Spy, as well as 24/7 support. On the Pro package, you get the puzzle creation software included, which is a bit of an extra feature over there. Now, I do have a link in the description below where if you use the coupon AI Money Maniac, you do get 20% off your entire Bookbolt order. So if you are looking to try this out, do use that code to get a 20% off of this price that you see here. I can definitely recommend it. I'm publishing a few books myself for sure using this method. And yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed this video and found the information useful. Be sure to share in the likes and comments on how it goes with your book publishing journey, how many books you will be able to sell, how much money you make from it. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. If you have used this before, let us know how it's gone for you. I am Dave, the AI Money Maniac. It's been a pleasure making this video for you. Keep hustling, keep it real, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.